Do you share my view that Blinken is an even bigger war criminal than Biden, and that there's many grounds for suspecting that this was not the Biden-Blinken administration, but particularly over the last year and a half was the Blinken-Biden administration?
I think that that's a sound assessment. Blinken, both by position, his longtime relationship with Biden, his familial background, his father and grandfather were very instrumental in securing Israel's deranged position in the American political landscape. His stepfather was Pizar, who was consigliere to Maxwell, who was a Mossad agent, and then lawyer, I just found this out a few months ago, lawyer to Jeffrey Epstein. So what the hell is all of this? Who's really running things? What strings are being pulled where? He's one of the most under-scrutinized individuals who've had such an immense amount of power that I've seen.
Well, I saw more pictures of him playing his guitar than I saw scrutiny from your colleagues. It's a long way from, you know, all the president's men, Woodward and Bernstein and so on. These people that you've been sitting amongst see it as their role in life to just write down and purvey what it is they've been told by the powerful.
Yes, I mean, I would say that there's some pushback, some scrutiny, but it's at a very superficial level on a good day, and very tepid, including, I should say, not just by U.S., but most of the Arab media. You know, Saeed Erekat occasionally, you know, he is there virtually every day and will at least ask some questions with some substance behind them. But no one who would, you know, really methodically and ferociously attempt to decipher what they say, as I've attempted to do and what I imagine you would do. And I mean, a key to that, to me, is the entire thing about how they constructed this ceasefire narrative, if I can break that down for a bit.
Please.
Everybody talks about how Biden started this ceasefire process with his May 31st statement, but no one is connecting it to what happened a week before. A week before, the International Court of Justice issued the final of their orders stemming from South Africa's genocide case against Israel. And they ordered Israel, not just in general, as they had in past orders, to cease genocidal activity, but they specifically said, you are attacking Rafah, you must immediately stop your attack of Rafah, you must not invade Rafah. They spoke in very direct terms in their emergency order. Algeria then drafted, which is on the Security Council, the only Arab member of the Security Council, then drafted a resolution to implement that order, which is what should happen. The court issues the order, and the UN Security Council is supposed to act as the sheriff to implement that order. The US stalled on a possible vote to that for several days, and then Biden comes out with his phony baloney, we got a ceasefire here statement. And Algeria puts aside this resolution, and they and everybody else vote for this phony baloney U.S. resolution. The only ones who said anything substantial against it were the Russians. They picked it apart, but they didn't veto it. They abstained. Everybody else voted for it. And that's been the legal pretext by which the U.S. has attempted to hijack international law and its proper implementation so that they're in control with their backdoor shenanigans, so-called negotiations with Qatar and Egypt as their poodles.